In this presentation, I'm going to go over one of the changes that has been made to the printing of the letters within EasyAs. If I click the print letters icon, you'll notice that on the screen here you now have a new section for the salutation. Previously, with the letter facility, when you've printed any letters, it started with a salutation of Dear. So, for example, if I just say I'm going to send that to all the clients and I preview this, it would have said where their name is, it would have said, in this case it's Les and Mal, it would have said Dear Les and Mal. Now we know that that isn't applicable in a lot of occasions for certain businesses, so what they've now done is they've gone ahead and removed that. If you want your letter to say Dear, you can enter that in here. Whatever you put here is what's going to appear in the salutation area. So you can also add, so that when I click this here I can select what salutation I want to use. Obviously, for all intents and purposes, I doubt that you're going to have multiple salutations if you even use them at all. But if I click add, you get a little list here where you can put it in there. So I might say one might be Dear, I might add another one as to, I might add attention, whatever it might be. Fine. So if I close that now, I can select this. Obviously I can't, I've got to get out of that screen I think. Let me jump back in for a second. Once I close that and jump back in, it reappears. Okay, so I might put attention. Now if I preview that, I've got to select the client. Yep. If I preview that, now we see it says attention Les and Mel. So that's what the salutation is for. Now obviously you don't have to select something either. You might, if I just put gibberish there, I don't have to select it, I don't have to save it. I can just put whatever, I can start typing in that box and you'll see that it's going to come up. Whatever I put in that box, whatever's sitting in that box is going to be what's appearing at the front. So that's the first major change that they've made to the printings area to make it more logical for you. The only thing you've got to remember is if you've previously printed any letters, and I know that when you print a letter, let me just print this now so that, actually I'm not going to do that, I'm going to print this later. So it saves it, and if I just jump over into this area over here, if we see any previous letters that were printed for this client, of course I've just printed two. Previously this box wasn't available, so if you go back to a previous letter that you printed for a client, when you go back to that letter, that salutation previously would have said Dear, etc, etc. That's not going to appear because that new facility, because it's a new facility, it's not just not appearing. Just remember that it doesn't appear, guys. So if you want to reprint this letter and you actually want that Dear to be in there, if I preview this, and previously you would have had Dear, if you want that in there, you just have to go back and edit that. Okay, right, I think that's all I need to show you for that change.